Is Sony releasing a smaller full-frame camera, or even the much-anticipated a7 IV? And finally, Canon Responds. No delay. Stay tuned. Hey, what's going on everybody? It's that one camera guy back again with a newsroom roundup video. If you're enjoying this content, make sure you smash that like button and let's go ahead and get started with the stories. The first one on our radar has to do with a new registered camera. Let's jump to that right now. Okay, so over on Sony Alpha Rumors, we got Sony registered a brand new E-Mount camera in Taiwan. And Sony Alpha Rumors says it's probably the new A5 A6 camera. As far as the information goes, we're seeing the code WW850128, which will be important. We're seeing that it has Wi-Fi, 11, ABGN AC, and Bluetooth. Interesting enough, the battery is the NPFZ100. It's going to have a Type-C USB and a single card slot. So now we can't assume it's going to be full frame. Granted, we have the Sony A6600 with this particular battery. But could Sony be creating maybe like an EOS RP style type camera without an EVF? So that's where the rumors are directed at this point. So a few other things I want to point out is that there was a wild rumor posted around June 25th that this was that they were going to announce a Sony A5 a month from that date. Now obviously the camera that came out was a Sony A7S III. Could this imply that we might see this later down in the year? Maybe around October, November, after the launch, the release date of the A7S III. Interesting enough as well, a few days prior to this post, there was mention of a registered camera in China with the same code WW850128. And there was also a high-end camera in Japan that was registered with the WW271448, which I believe is the A7S III, which actually did happen. So it looks like, folks, we are going to see this camera surface at some point. Let me know what you think it is down below, whether it's going to be APS-C, full frame. And I was having some thoughts about this as well. Is it going to be like a ZV-1? Are we going to see a flip-out screen but with interchangeable capabilities? And is Sony going to give us the new menu? Is it going to have 10-bit 422 video? What are they going to be doing with this little camera potentially? Is it going to be an A6600 but with a full frame sensor? Who knows? Let me know down below. All right, next on our list may have to do with the a7 IV. Let's take a look. All right, this is coming over from Sony Alpha Rumors, but he's considering it a wild rumor. So Sony China affiliated filmmaker says, if you're not happy with the 12 megapixel resolution, wait till the end of 2020. Now, I was mentioning before that when I heard that this A7S III was only going to have 12 megapixels, it really bummed me out on the photo side because I really would have liked maybe 24 megapixels. Granted, it seemed as if the 12 megapixels was necessary for better video quality, control over rolling shutter, etc. So there was a reason for that on the A7S III front. But this particular person who's a filmmaker in China, but is also affiliated to some degree with China, had a few things to say. He said, if you're not happy with the 12 megapixels, then you should wait because later this year there is something more. Sony Alpha Rumors notes that he might be mentioning camcorders and not necessarily an A7/A9 camera. He says the original planned launch date for the A7S III was actually the end of 2018. Price similarly. Mostly the same but missing few features like 16-bit raw output. But then Sony decided that there is no real threat on the market so they can wait a little bit. SAR notes that this would confirm why our 2018 A7S III rumors didn't come true because the camera launch got cancelled. What do you think about that and Sony having had the potential to release the camera in 2018 but decided not to? Could have been a competition issue. He also says that one mount is the key strategy for Sony to go for the camcorder department and camera department to have more cooperation now. That's why we're seeing the FX9 get phase attack while A7S III is getting all new codecs. So some folks have mentioned some trust in this individual, so it doesn't seem like it's all hot air. Granted, all the statements have apparently disappeared wherever his post was at before, but I was thinking, could this be an A7 IV camera with 24 megapixels? And I do have a video that I'm going to release at some point giving my thoughts on a potential A7 IV and its features. But I was thinking that maybe this A7 IV is going to have 10-bit 422 4K 60p. Granted, it won't have the incredible features of the A7S III, but will have similar features, and it will quell some of the folks that wanted a higher megapixel option over the A7S III. I don't know. Let me know down below what you think this could be. And I'm pretty sure a lot of us are pretty excited for an a7 IV launch because, well, the A7S III was a camera not for everybody. All right, finally, our last story has to do with an update by Canon to address the delays and recalls. So in my video yesterday, I did talk about Andrew Reed from EOS HD and Canon rumors also mentioning that there was potential delays and recalls for their cameras. And so News Shooter went ahead and contacted Canon and they received a response. So this is the response they got from Canon USA with regards to recalls and delays. Orders of the EOS R5 are scheduled to be delivered as initially stated at launch. The first set of cameras shipped from our warehouses this week. We eagerly await the content that will be produced by talented creatives using the camera to be shared with the world. And in Canon Australia told News Shooter directly, these speculations are untrue. There is no recall. There are no delays in local shipment, with the first local pre-order consumers collecting their EOS R5 units from local retailers this week. Canon has been transparent about recording limits for the EOS R5 and is confident the camera performs to stated specifications. And then over on Canon rumors, I guess, you know, Canon rumors is kind of just saying, just stick with what Canon's saying at this point. So he says, that's all. I think it's best if I just let each individual translate the official statement from Canon for themselves. Now, I'm not going to say that what Andrew and the folks at Canon rumor information that they're getting internally and from retailers is not what's actually happening, but obviously Canon has to make sort of like an official statement and they don't want to rile things up with people. So, but we're going to leave it at that. Let me know your thoughts about the whole situation with Canon as well. Before I wrap up though and end the video, I just want to let you know, I just finished testing up the Tamron 70-180 for Sony E-Mount. It is a really, really nice lens. Very surprised. I'll have a full review. Well, I'm not gonna say an extensive review, but like a mini review of this lens very soon. But I gotta admit, it's a really, really good lens for its value and its price point. So that's gonna do it for me in this video. Don't forget to drop a like, get subscribed, and check out my other content. I'll catch you later. Peace.